Okay, mic on. There we go. Testing, testing. All right. Welcome to Esperance on Sabbatical. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you my experience as a traveler in the Republic of Togo. The capital city is Lomé, they have an airport, that's where the international airport is. And it's it's a small country, but with so much to offer in terms of, tourism, in terms of sightseeing. But so when you arrive, whether it's by sea, land, or air, to Lomé, um, you need to change currency. Obviously, you've got to change whatever currency you have into the franc, Togolese franc. Sorry, franc CFA. Yeah, CFA franc. It's a franc used throughout the region in French-speaking countries, so you don't really have problems. You can find changers, bureau de change, and things a bit all over the place. And they speak mostly French, and although some people, especially towards the border with Ghana, I realized could speak and hear English, so you will not really find it hard to integrate or to exchange with the local people. Interestingly enough, it's a country that you can cross within a day. For instance, from one border, from Accra, Aflao border, to the border of Benin is called what again? I don't know, I forgot. But the Benin border, it's basically like, it's an hour. You just cross the country within an hour. You in and out of Togo. And then Lomé itself is a little town. It gives you a small town vibe, but it's a big town. It's a town that you can bump into people like 3 or 4 times in a day if you're busy running around. And it's very lovely. It's peaceful. They have a rich culture. The majority of people in the southern part are Eways or Eways, as they're known. It goes from Ghana, eastern Ghana, to somewhere in Benin. Very lovely people, and then they are quite welcoming. And yes, so things to do in Togo. What do you do in Togo? Well, it depends on whether you are a backpacker, whether you are just a normal tourist, or whatever lifestyle you're into. But for those who just want relaxation, I found this place, and then I actually have befriended somebody working there. It's called Blue Turtle. It's kind of like one of the best resort, I think, in Togo. It's a marine resort. You can go and then just relax and then spend some good peaceful time. And for some of us, like me, who want to immerse into the culture, who want to know about the people, who really want to connect, there are many places that you can go through. There are like art markets. There is actually the big one, which is in I think it's near the town, the Grand Marché Central. And the Marché is also something to see. It's a beautiful place to be, You get to see all these people coming around from all different places in Togo, coming to buy, purchase. And then there is a port as well, If you board, you can go to the port and just see how life is working there. It's quite interesting. And then they also have quite a lot of castles, on the shore, and then in the city. I mean, in the country, a little bit upper Togo. But my experience in Lomé was quite amazing. It was amazing. And yes, before we speak about experience, you need to download an app called GoZam. And if you have a phobia of bikes, although there are cars, I think you might want to get over it, because almost everybody there commutes with bikes. It's faster, it's a bit cheaper, and it goes in and out everywhere you want to go. Although cars are also available. And I personally prefer bikes because, hey, you know. Yeah, I just prefer bikes, you know. Maybe because I'm wearing a jacket, you know, ready to go. But yeah, you know, you download the app Gozam, you know, then you can request bike, and some bikes are electric, I think. You request an electric bike and then it takes you where you want to go. And then you don't have to worry about haggling prices with either bikers, you know, because you have those that are not on the app. And this is sadly enough one thing I have encountered in not just Togo but in so many countries, that you will agree on a price, and then when you get to the destination and then the the rider wants more, and that can also, you know, create a bit of an unpleasant experience. So, you know, download the app, you're safe, you know how much you're paying, it takes you from one point to another, no argument, no discussions. Because again, as I was saying, besides that, you also find those who, once they pick up that you are not from there, not all of them, but you know, some, they will want to maybe, you know, hike the price. I remember I was going to meet up with a friend near the German embassy in Lomé, and then I was near Aflao. Yes, I was near Aflao, and then I was charged 500 franc, you know, which is like, I don't know, not really much. But you know, having met with the French, he told me that it shouldn't have been more than 200 franc. So obviously, you know, the biker realized that, okay, you know, this is a foreigner, so I can just, you know, tax him and then get away with it. So anyway, but you know, those are just small little things that you might want to take care of, you know, before enjoying Togo. You know, if you are a big city person and then you know, you're not used to how do I say this, into small town vibe, I think Lomé might be a little bit of a challenge, because it is really like it's a big city, but it's a small town, you know. I mean, I bumped into somebody 3 times in a day, you know. Sorry, not a day, but you know, she was singing at the cabaret where we were, you know. We were at the lounge and she sang, and then the next morning, early hours of the morning, we saw her on a bike on the other side of town. I didn't even know, I didn't even remember her, but you know, my friend Sarah, hey Sarah, see you soon. My friend Sarah saw her and was like, yeah, this is the lady from yesterday. I was like, yes, that is her. And then we saw her again 4 hours later in another side of town. So yeah, it's a very small town, so you bump into people. So if you are the type that owe money and don't like paying, Lomé is really not a place for you. But if you're a tourist, there are a few places that you might want to visit. You know, there is the cathedral, you know, the Grande Cathédrale de Lomé, I think it's called. Notre Dame de Lomé, I think so. I stand corrected. I'm going to put the link down. It's a very beautiful cathedral. It's a very old, I think one of the oldest in Lomé. And then there is also, for us, you know, for people like me who love wandering about, you know, just walking on the beach, you know, meet up with fishermen, you know, they have like little fishing communities and stuff like that. But, you know, they are not really as they are in Ghana, but it's beautiful, you know, you just exchange and then you speak with fishermen and you engage and then you walk about and, you know, you get to know the town and it feels, you know, that is Lomé. And if you're seeking more historical values in your travel, you might also want to visit a town called Anejo. Anejo used to be the former capital of Lomé, I think, and it's a very beautiful historical town. You know, you can tell that, you know, you still have this colonial vestige and historical sites to see in Anejo. Beautiful place. You will enjoy it definitely. And there is this castle that I saw in Anejo. I don't remember the name as well. Beautiful castle. Oh gosh, you have to see that for yourself. Beautiful castle and the breeze and then the wind and everything. It was amazing. And if you want a bit more adventure, I will suggest that you Maybe go up to the north. You go to Palime. Palime is a town up north, not really that far um, from Lome, but it's a little bit further up north. Palime, you find the waterfalls, you find mountains, you find all the beautiful sceneries, like, oh God, you just have to see it yourself. And then they also have a castle there, beautiful castle. I would advise you to go and see. And then you also have like more towns up north, like Sokode. If you are more into history, you might want to visit and then learn about Sokode. Sokode was kind of like there was a war in Sokode between the Ashanti that came all the way from Ghana, and then was it the Yoruba or the how do we call them, Abomey from Benin, I think. So when they heard that the Ashanti king was coming, so they decided to meet him halfway. So they met him in Sokode. So history there. If you love history, that's one place to go. You will learn, you will love Togo integrally. And then the food, yes. The food is slightly different from Ghana and then also from Benin. I think the main food, the staple food is maize, obviously, as it is the case for so many African countries, maize, but they have a name that they call it. I can't really remember. In Ghana, it's called kenke, but I'm not sure what it was called in Togo. Let me see again. But it looked a bit like kenke though. So they have that, and then they have a lot of vegetable as well, and then fruit. Oh yes, especially when it's the season. They have mangoes, avocados, and most of the fruit that you find across Africa. They have those. And one thing I have realized with Togo is you have to, as much as you are enjoying, you have to be a bit cautious. You have to exercise cautiousness, in your interaction, because they are people who very nice, peaceful, loving people, but they are a bit private. They love to have a little bit of privacy. So don't overstep your boundaries by being a bit like too forthcoming sometimes. They can be nice and respectful, but just be a little bit give them time to come out of their shell. That's what I'm saying. You have to do that, and then once they do, you get to enjoy it. But don't be forceful. But obviously, you don't have to be any forceful anywhere you go. It's the same case as well with Togo, and you will love it. You will love, and yeah, please stay away from politics. Anything politics, I think you might want to avoid, because people get offended easily, for one reason or another, or you might just come up as maybe what's the word? I forgot. But anyway, you understand what I mean, So be a little bit cautious when you speak of politics, because yeah, things can go from great to not so good. But again, yeah, that's what I've seen. And then have very hardworking people, and proud of their culture, and yes, they wouldn't really mind embracing you in, as long as you genuinely want to be part of them. So that's one thing I've learned. And yes, in terms of expenses, in terms of spending, I don't think you will be spending much, if you come in with your euros or dollars or whatever currencies. You find out that the cost of living is relatively low, meaning you can afford a little bit more luxury or a little bit more things in Togo than you would perhaps maybe in Ghana or in Nigeria or Benin or any other country. So it's a little bit cheap, which is good for tourism, for those who are traveling on a budget. And yeah, so yes, as I was saying, if you are into history, you might want to visit Aneho, former town, and Sokode. If you're into adventure, you need to go to Palime. And if you are into more of a cosmopolitan kind of vibe, then you might stick to Lome, and you will get what you want. And then yeah, that's it. And I'll be coming back again for more about my trip, my traveling. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And if I forget something about Togo, I think I'm actually just gonna add it to the next video that I'll make about Togo. But until then, thank you very much. Enjoy, and don't forget to subscribe to Esperance on Sabbatical at Esperance. And then you can follow me on other social medias as well. I'm a bit everywhere, like TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, yeah, all these networks. You can follow us there, and then if you like the content, share with family, sit, talk, and then let's grow the conversation. Until next time, take care. Bye.